Happy 4th of July. Speak. Speak. Happy 4th of July. Daisy. Daisy, speak to the kids. Say hello. Speak. Happy 4th of July. Speak. Speak. Yeah, speak. Yeah, speak again. Okay, good girl. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 4th of July, so in America, so happy 4th of July to my viewers. I am wearing red, white, and blue today, and I figured I would do a red, white, and blue cover type book, so I will try to tell you the ones that I did read. I'll give you a synopsis and if I like them or not, and the ones that I didn't read yet, I don't know much about. I will just show you the cover. So just to give you a view of. Okay, so we're going to start with my red book. So I pulled off my shelf behind me, which is my my favorite shelf. So I pulled off of that shelf some books that I read and some books that I didn't read. So okay, so the very first book in red would be The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torrey, and I think I gave this one 5 stars. It is an adult thriller, but it also has erotica in it. So it was very good. I could not put it down, and I finished this in 2 days. So that's how, and then since then I've been looking for this author. She writes under A.R. Torrey, but she also writes under Alexander Torrey. So I like to read her other books. So this is the first one. And if you're an adult, I highly recommend you read that one. The second book is also an adult book. This one I've been reading since September, I think. It's very slow, but I did watch the whole show, and I really enjoyed the show. I am reading Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I am listening to it on audio now. It seems to be a little bit faster. I am like halfway through the book, 285 pages. So that's this one. And another book that I'm currently reading is also in red. I read only 68 pages of it so far, and I really, really liked it. But I'm reading other things at the same time. So, Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. So, really good. It's about a man who gets in an accident, and he is in a wheelchair, and this woman has to take care of him. That's all I know. That's what I read so far, and I really, really enjoyed it so far. So that's this one. Also, that's an adult book. The next book is a young adult. I just started reading this one, so I really don't know much about it. I could tell you what I read so far. It's The Secrets We Keep. I have this out from the library. It's due back on Monday. So I just started it this morning, and I only read 20-something pages, but it's about twins. So that's all I know about it so far, and I'm liking what I read so far, so I'm hoping I will continue reading this. I have until Monday, so that's this one. And the last red book I have, and this is a white and red, this could be, this is Killer Floor by Lee Child. Now, this is book 1 of a series. I don't know anything about it. I know it's an adult series. Lindsay Ray highly recommends the Jack Reacher series, so I did pick this up and I want to read it, so I'm not going to look up the synopsis. So I highly want to read this one. So that's the last one for red. Okay, so on to white. This book I read last summer and I really liked it. I did not read all 3 books. I only read the first one. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. It was a little juvenile. What I mean by that is it is a 4.1 reading level, and it's 4th grade. So I did really enjoy the story. It was a cute summer read, and I did read this last summer. So I do plan to continue, and as I said, it's a 4.1. I put the notes on there so my kids can read it. And I might even give this one to my cousin, my niece, because she asked me if I had any books, and she's in 4th grade. So I might give this one to her because it's not scary and it's pretty good. So just a little juvenile. So that's this one. The next book is also My White, and I read this one, and I read this on my Kindle, and it was really amazing. Of course, it's Colleen Hoover, Losing Hope. I really enjoyed this one. There was a twist I was reading. I didn't see that coming at all in the middle of the book, and I really enjoyed this one. So I think I gave it 4 stars. Okay, now on to my white books that I didn't read yet, and I really want to read these. So I picked these off my shelf. It's Room by Emma Donoghue. This is about a woman who keeps her son, or I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, keeps her children locked into a room. He's 5 years old and he's never left the house. So this seems psychologically strange. So I really like to read this one. This one got a lot of stars on Goodreads as well. So this one I'd really like to read. So that's my another white one. And the next book has white and blue in it. So this is an amazing cover. I don't know much about this one because I want to go into it blindly. It's The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. All I know is that there's this guy in the forest, and I think he's dead, and he wakes up or something. That's all I know about this book, but look at this cover. It's so pretty. It has the blue and the white. So that's this one. And the last book that I have in white is Confess by Colleen Hoover. No, I didn't read this yet, but I do own it. And this has red and white. So this is good for 4th of July. And Colleen Hoover writes really, really good books. Highly recommend her if you want to read new adult. She's like my favorite author. I think I have all her books. So I haven't read this one yet, but I do own it. She's like my you have to buy it books. Buy it author. So that's this one. Okay, now on to my blue books. Okay, the first book, I read this one. I gave it 4 stars. This is written by Katie Finn, which is also Morgan Matson. So it's Revenge, Ice Cream, and Other Things Best Served Cold. I mean, that's a long title, but this book is about revenge and young teens. It's highly great book to read. I read this with Read with Friends. I was looking to see if I have the grade level on it, but I don't. I will look it up when I do my video and blow it on the bottom. I really enjoyed this one, and this is a sequel. This will be a trilogy. There should be 2 other books coming out. I own the second book. I haven't read it yet, but I really enjoyed this one. So Morgan Matson writes really, really good. She's another author that I would definitely buy her books because I enjoyed every single one that I read from her. So that's this one. And the next one is, of course, Colleen Hoover again, Ugly Love. I gave this one 4 or 5 stars. I don't remember, but she writes, as I said, I've loved all her books that I read so far, and this is new adult. And there is a movie coming out, and I can't wait to see that one. So that's this one. And the next book is something, I read this. I think I read this with Book Explosion, but I'm not sure. I read this a while ago. We Were Liars is my next blue book by E. Lockhart. This book was really good. You don't know what's going on, and there's a cliffhanger at the end. I don't want to tell you anything else about it because that spoils it. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I didn't see the end coming. So I was going to give this book away, but I wanted to reread it. That's how good it was, to see if I saw any other clues in it. So that's why I have this on my shelf still. So, and also maybe my kids would want to read it one day. So this is, and it's short. So The next book, I want to read this one. I haven't read it yet. It's 10 Tiny Breaths by K.A. Tucker. I heard she's amazing. I haven't read her books yet, but I did hear that she is amazing, and I really want to read this one. So this was on my nightstand. So it's so many other books that I want to read, and this is on top of it. So, and of course, my other blue book. This book you've been seeing in a lot of hauls and a lot of videos. Gone. It's blue. I need to read this one. I hold this in my very first video. So this is on my nightstand as well. I need to get to it. It's just every time I go to read something, something else is pulling my attention. And the last book is a sequel to a book that I loved. I gave 5 out of 5 stars to Fire and Flood. I have Salt and Stone by Victoria Scott. I loved book 1. This is book 2. I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you anything about it. It's like the Hunger Games, but it also has like Pokemon feel to it, where they are trying to win a race, and they have to do everything to earn a cure for their loved one that is dying, and they have animals that help them get through, and it's really good. Fire and Flood, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. So and I pre-ordered this one, but I haven't gotten to read it yet. And it's beautiful cover. Look how beautiful that is with the blue. So. And that's it for my blue, red, white, and blue. I'm going to show you, let's see if I could do this. I don't know if I'm going to do this. See if you can see the books in red, white, and blue. So pretty. So. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.